What's going on, everybody? Saul here. Present day Saul. This video was recorded, like 2+ years ago that you're about to watch. But this is Saul, December 19th, 2023 Saul. And I just want to tell you that you're about to meet a character, his one of the party members' friends. He joined the campaign, and his character, I think his character's name was unknown, but he caused a lot of issues in the party in the short time he was there, and I tried my best to grin and bear it, and I was gonna edit out, all the conflicts and things that I had with him. And I think some of them are already pre-edited because I've already edited these a first time, but then I was told the sound was like a little bit low, so I re-edited them. But I was going to edit all the conflicts out, but I decided not to, so you can see how, in my opinion, and maybe probably in some of your opinions too, how probably not to act as a player. Towards the other players and towards the dungeon master. I kind of regret some of the things that I said to him, but I feel like he was intentionally trying to push buttons at a point. And so his place in the campaign was unfortunately short-lived, but I did not kick him out. That was of his own accord. I offered him essentially another chance, and he did not want it, so he parted ways. But, I tried to make things fun for him when he was in there, and I already gave him special items tailored just for him and his play style right away, faster than anybody else has gotten theirs. Usually I've been giving the players like a little bit of a slower burn, but I gave him, as the new player, a almost instant payoff. So just beware that later on there may be some actual cursing and things like that directed his way. So just be wary of that. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching. Alright. How's it going, everybody? So last session, to recap what happened, the party's in the castle, the keep in Coventry. They're having a feast to celebrate, their good fortunes, and wish them luck for their battle against the demon, potential demon incursion underneath the city. After the festivities, most of the party went to sleep, except Raikou went snooping around the castle and found she encountered a door that was barred from the inside, and so she went and got guards to come help her, and she used her dagger to open it through the crack of the door, to disbar the door. Later on, Raikou and Artemis got Fox, who was taking a bath, out, and they all went with a doll that was found under King Bernard's bed that led them to the room that Raikou had just entered that was barred from the inside. And so they went on kind of like a little bit of a Scooby-Doo adventure through the hidden passageways into the adjoining room, which was the prince's room. There they found a book, and the doctor went and opened it, first thing, and it had a gust of wind just pulled her into the book, and she's currently, we'll start with her because she's been waiting the longest to see her results, what's going on, but she went through the book first, while Artemis, Fox, and Raikou the king also, who was in his PJs, were debating on what to do. So, grabbing grabbing hold of Fox, Raikou and the king entered the book. Artemis stayed back in the room, and the guards that were helping are in the back in the adjoining room where they were practicing their weapon skills. So let's go ahead and start from the doctor. Okay, so you're as you get sucked into the book, you can see around you. It's completely black except above you. You can see the book will slam shut, and then a gust of wind just pulls you down, and you feel like you're kind of weightless, but you're falling at the same time. And eventually, you can see stars and planets, and a large fissure in the ground below you as you're fast approaching the ground. And the fissure opens up, and when it opens up, you can look. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Darling, character sheet.
9. You should have it. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't see. I didn't even hear it say you rolled. Okay, so that's good. Great roll. Okay, so as you're falling down through the fissure and it closes up up above you, below you, you can see that you're rapidly falling. Roll a 1d4, please.
I would like to declare something before rolling.
Okay.
Feather fall.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have the points for that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So then roll it with I guess roll it with advantage. You can roll it twice. I'll give you both locations, and then you pick which one you think is most favorable. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Stop all momentum, basically, and just let you fall gracefully without taking no damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, so you're as you're falling, with your perception check, you're able to look around you as your feather fall takes hold of you, and it slows your descent and kind of jerks you back up a little bit. You're able to see as you're sailing down, down inside like a crater. There appears to be a city, but from where you're at, you don't see anybody. You do see a lot of houses, like cul-de-sacs, and there's a large main facility. It looks like some type of temple or cathedral, perhaps. And there's a bell tower in the direct middle of that city. You also can see, at this point, it would be kind of underneath you and to the right of you. You're able to see a campfire that has just started, and you are able to see. It looks like some type of dwarf, but maybe a little bit larger than a dwarf. He's has a rock and he's beating on. Looks like a deer. He's smashing this deer with a rock. And as you keep going, before you land, you see that there directly underneath you is some sort of large bog or swamp, It looks like it has oily black water, and like it looks like it's very thick, and there's a lot of land masses, like small little hills in the swamp that you could traverse from, like jump from one to the other. But there's no real large land masses in the swamp, except in the middle. There's this large dead oak tree, and it looks like there's some type of body or something hung from one of the branches by a noose. It's just swaying back and forth. And before you touch the ground, you're able to see and hear this large, massive, it looks like a dragon, but it has the freaking face of like, an illithid, a mind flayer. And it has these big, large octopus tentacles, and it looks like it's circling around. It didn't spot you. It didn't spot you, but you touched down. Let's see, you rolled a number 2, so you touch down and you are on a wooden bridge, and you are in the middle of some sort of body of water. And to your north, you can see that there's jagged hills rather. They're not tall enough really officially to be mountains, but jagged hills in your way to impede your view further north. But other than that, you're on this. It's about a mile stretch of bridge. Doesn't connect on either side to anything though.
Doesn't connect to anything?
No, it doesn't. And I mean, if you want, you can roll an investigation check. And then I'll give you that, and then we'll go to the other 3 who came through the book. Yo, what's up, man? Sorry, when I get into my DM mode, I sometimes neglect chat a bit. Okay, wow, yeah. So you can tell that this bridge used to be complete, and it used to go up and over like the side of one of the hills. Like the side of the hill kind of formed the rail of the left side of the bridge. But due to erosion and constant bodies of water bashing it and overtaking it, through the course of years, this thing has become flooded out, essentially. The rest of the bridge is in ruins under the water, presumably, or scattered to the winds. Okay. Now, Foxodon Haval, I need you to roll a 1d4, please. And
4.
Nice.
Really good.
And just so you know, I do have a map of this place, but until you guys come together, I'm gonna kind of theater my descriptions, and then once you come together, then I'll clear out the portions you've been. Okay, so you, along with Raikou and the king holding on to you, kind of, you're traveling really fast and tumbling at the same time, and what you can see, like on your periphery of your vision as you're tumbling, you can see all these stars and images. You can see images of your past deeds. Like you can see images of when when you first went to Katrina's castle and your father revealed himself. You can see images of the dryads that you saved from the monastery, and you can see images of your farm. And they're going past. You're going past, screaming through it with the two holding on to you, and eventually, go ahead and roll a perception check so you can see what you see before your consequence happens.
That would be the grand yes. All right. 8. Wow.
All right. So you see. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, so before you hit this lake, you see that you're surrounded by trees and gnarled roots of undergrowth in a forested area. This lake that you're about to plunge deep into, it looks rather deep. About, for a lake, it's like 18 feet deep or so. The water's rather clear, and on the other side of this lake here, there is a single tent, and there appears to be a dwarf. Has a rock in his hand. He's beating something. And then, just as you see all that, you look around. You have enough time to hold your breath, and you just plunge under the water. It's a rather cold water. It's not frozen, but it's rather cold.
Cool. All right.
Go ahead and give me a athletics check with disadvantage because you have two people hanging on to you.
Lit. Totally. Let's do this. 15.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So, with Raikou and the king in his PJs that are now soaked, hanging on to your arms, you just give a nice big kick up, and you're looking straight up, and you just propel yourself with your feet up out of the water, and you start coughing up water, and you can see your breath in the air.
Look around for a shore.
Yeah, you see. Yeah. To your left, you see about 50 meters away. There's a shore, and that's the shore with the tent that you saw with the dwarf who was over by making a fire, and he had something in his hand with a rock. He was hitting it.
All right. Are you two okay? If they're still like with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the king he looks around to see his surroundings, and you realize he has a look of extreme unfamiliarity about his face. He has no idea where he's at. He looks fine, other than the fact that it's freaking freezing out here, and he's in his PJs wet. He's.
Can he swim?
Yeah. How far?
To the shore.
Oh God.
And kind of points out, and let's both of them, go first.
Oh, there's a fire over there. Oh. Okay, so let me roll his athletics. Okay, yeah. So he eventually makes it to the shore and just he doesn't even care. He takes his wet clothes off and goes over to the fire as he's disrobing his clothes. Wet. Let's get dry. Go ahead and roll Raiku's athletics. Oh, yeah, she's gliding through that water. She doesn't even notice that it's cold. She just knows she has a job to do, and she's doing it well. She glides effortlessly through the water and makes it to the shore in no time at all.
Alright. Shall I try two foxes, or
Wait, say again?
shall I do foxes athletics, or
Uh, no. I was including your your 15. You made it to the shore.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I was including your 15. I wasn't going to have you roll back-to-back athletics.
Alright. So I guess we go towards the fire and towards the dwarf.
All right. So, you make it to the shore. You go up to the fire. King Bernard's already going to the fire naked. You see that there's the dwarf there, and you can see he has a rock in his hand, and he's beating on this deer. It looks like he's trying to somehow de-skin it with a rock. Are you in here, dwarf?
I'm here.
All right. Go ahead and describe yourself.
Well, quickly you will actually notice, yeah, it's a dwarf, but very, very big dwarf, and he has some kind of rock around his head that keeps floating around, and he doesn't look like he's in the most happy mood. He has some kind of his clothing is more or less just rags around his arms, legs, and on his midsection, and then he has some kind of weird big helmet and a chest plate of. It kind of looks like it was self-made, but really badly self-made, or maybe something that was broken and then tried to repair it. Picture, can that be shown, maybe? But yeah, this is a big dwarf. This is a surprisingly big dwarf. 6 feet.
That's a big dwarf. That's no longer a dwarf. That's a chunky man.
Well, you know he's a dwarf because he, as yourself described, he is much more chunkier than a fucking human. He is broad.
I hope this doesn't get a soul X-Pact or whatever. So you're Samoan.
Yeah. Can you see the picture?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
That's a chunky boy.
That is a very chunky boy.
But you also notice he doesn't have any weapons. Also.
He has a rock.
He has a rock which he's trying to skin the deer, but if you roll a perception, I think you will notice how he killed the deer.
By the rock.
Yeah. Is that your guess? That's your guess, I guess.
It's a guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess. So
I guess a naked man is coming up to you.
Well,
My.
I've seen a lot of shit lately.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new one.
Yeah. So you see this naked man who's wet before you, shivering. He looks like he could have been an adventurer before, but he looks a little bit too old now to be an adventurer. You see him as he's coming up to you. You see him take off his pajamas, soaking wet. He's cold. Fire, warm. Whew. So,
Right, dear, sit down. I guess we will have something to eat.
where?
Guys, look, this is stitches on him.
What's that?
He looks, I don't know. He does he look suspicious or something like that? He's just a shivering man.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't look suspicious, and
Okay.
he's alongside. Shortly after he approaches is when the gentleman you were just speaking to, Foxodon Haval, and you could describe what you look like, Fox, if you like.
How do I describe Fox? A very plain pattern. Yes, fabulous. No. Jeez.
What?
I wonder if I have.
Don't forget about his third leg.
We don't talk about that right now.
Fox is naked. It's there.
It's not. He's not naked. King Bernard is.
No, I
Oh,
thought
so
everybody
it
was
would
naked.
depend on which type he has.
See that? Nick was half paying attention. He knew naked men. He was like, he immediately went to Fox.
Jesus.
Also,
I did.
there's two type of penises. Level called there's what called a blood dick and a meat dick. Meat dick doesn't change size; it just gets hard. Blood dick, on the other hand, those grows. They can grow
Why
up to
do you have so much experience about dicks?
What is good?
Because I actually had an education section or an education. Unknown. That's
Well,
why.
I did too, but
No,
we never
because
went so
there was-
much in details about the dicks.
Well, I had a female teacher, so.
Ah, that makes sense.
What the kid? All right. So,
Fox a shower or a grower?
In your case, both.
Well, you
No,
know.
no. There's no combination of both.
Then definitely a grower, but it's not inside of him.
Oh, come on. Minus 3.5 inches. Pure evil.
that's why they're evil, because it's minus 3.5 inches. Their whole life.
It's fuck we're talking about. Negative evil. So, yeah. That's fuck.
So there's suddenly a lot of people coming out of the water naked
Yes.
right now.
No, just
No,
one
we're
of
not.
just the
Just
king.
one.
Just the
Just-
King Bernard is naked.
Okay. I don't know he's a king, but
Well, yeah, I
He
know.
definitely doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
He
you.
looks like a naked man coming out of the swamp.
Yeah, you
So-
definitely don't know he's a king.
can I at least ask you why you are naked? Like usually the people that kind of get stuck in this realm has clothes when I'm still trying to get the meat off with the rock. And also, do you have something more sharp than this rock?
He shivers. Here, he hands you his longsword. It's all I have. I'm gonna need it back.
Well,
He said I took off my clothes to dry them by the fire, because we fell in the water from. Oh, it's gonna sound crazy. Fox, you take over. You tell him, so I don't sound crazy. Since I'm already naked and look crazy, I don't want to sound crazy too.
Very well. As Fox is approaching, you see a well-built brunette man that is adorned with what simple. Let me go look at it. I guess he has scale mail. Adorned with scale mail, a very fancy-looking halberd. But has mostly colors of browns and greens. Accompanying him is a woman with voluptuous features and skin tight, now showing more than the
Whatever you did changed the sounds of your microphone entirely.
How do I sound?
Now you're back to the way you sounded before.
Sexy.
It literally sounded like you were talking down into a cup.
I wasn't, but okay. She has long hair that is tied, and has a katana and a longbow strapped to her back inside. She pulls out a skinning knife and hands it to you by the blade, saying, "I believe this would do much more better than a longsword."
Well, if you've been here for a while, you'll quickly know that you take what you can get. Kind of grumbles a little bit after he gets the knife, and he gives, of course, the longsword back. And then grumbles a little bit more, maybe a little dwarves or something like that. If any of you guys can understand dwarves, he curses a little bit.
Fox does. As my king was saying,
Hey! Wait, what?
fell into a book and fell from the sky, landing within this body of water.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's 90% of all the people who was trapped here in like that. So what's new?
You fell through a book as well?
Yep, and many other people you'll probably find here probably did the same.
I see. At that point, the woman's face kind of goes a bit dull and dim, and asks, "And exactly how long have you been in here?"
That's a good question. I would probably guess maybe 40 or 50 years. I kinda got trapped here after I ran in. I actually don't really remember it anymore. Kinda been a while. Well, if there's nothing else more interesting to explain, I guess. Well, deer looks fine. I guess we can get something to eat. I hope the king hasn't put out the fire with all his water.
The woman asks asks, "How did you get, or where was this book that you found?"
Question after we eat. You need to gather your strength. Trust me, there's many more things we need to worry about before worrying about how we get in here and, well, presumably after you guys give up about trying to get out of here. He takes off his helmet now after he puts some meat on the fire, and you see a surprisingly very bald head, like completely shiny, but his beard is kinda half gruffed, grown. It's not a long beard like normal dwarf usually grows, and you kinda notice some red spots on his face. Well, and that it's like a bald dwarven head, but he looks young, surprisingly young. Also,
Hi, Ross.
Ross is here, but he's laying down in bed.
Oh.
Unless you need him for something, he'll get up.
Oh.
No. Unknown, let's describe Mr. Frogs.
oh no, Mythic Ross has still hair on his head. This guy is completely bald, like shiny bald.
No, that's not hair. That's stubble. He wishes he had hair.
Just imagine.
You described Mythic Ross.
No, I didn't, because Mythic Ross doesn't have a long beard. He has like a round beard.
He has a half-long, unkept beard like the one you just described.
No, this beard is combed, but it's not as long as and thick as a normal dwarven beard. It's whatever. Shut the fuck up.
Artemis, you how long were you taking a nap for? I think you said a half hour, right?
Just a short rest, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you kind of doze off a little bit, and Yeah, Ross Choppa, you're still in your long rest. So anyway, Artemis, you wake up about 40 minutes or so after you had laid down, and before you, there's a chest at the end of the bed, and you slowly, as you come to, you realize that you had fallen asleep in somebody else's bed chambers, and you recall the events that happened.
No, I knew where I was sleeping at.
Okay.
I didn't forget where I was at. I'm in the king's old son's bedroom.
Yeah. And okay, so anyway, you wake up, and what are you doing?
Oh, I loot everything in this room.
All right.
Haps.
Okay, roll a perception check. See how good you search.
How many people are? Oh, sorry about interrupting. How many people are around the fire with the deer we're eating?
Four.
Four. Okay.
Yep, 3 and you.
How do I get into the website so I can begin rolling? Because I'm kind of stuck at the main page. I don't know where to click on it.
I sent you. Yeah, I sent you an invite. Let me see if I could. See if I could send you another one.
Yeah, I'm a little bit noob when it comes to all these things.
Oh, good. We'll be
Yeah,
here
yeah.
to help you.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think I'm jumping in now.
If you
Yeah,
made a profile,
in.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh, were you able to use the link I sent last time?
Yeah, I apparently I could use the still, so that's good.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so a 5. Okay.
I'm not really caring what I see. I'm just taking everything.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. So
He comes out of the room carrying the bed on his back.
All right. So on the floor, you're able to find 3 loose copper pieces. You underneath the bed, you find some melted wax that had rehardened on the floor. You take that for some reason, and inside the closet is really dusty. There's some children's clothing. Do you take that as well?
I mean, I'll see if it fits.
How tall is your character?
I'm a halfling.
Right, I know that. How tall?
Halflings are small creatures.
Okay, so all right, so we'll say you're between 2'8" and 3'2". Yeah, You see that there these rather moth-eaten clothing. These pants, they're kind of baggy. But they fit you. They're rather fashionable, and if it wasn't for all the holes in it, you would have a nice fine pair of black silken pants.
Yeah, toss that to the side.
Okay. Roll me another perception check, please. So you hear the sound. It sounds like the sound of 2 swords clanging in a room on the opposite side of the wall that the bedpost is up against.
Is there anything metal in this room?
Yeah, the wood holder that's next to the fireplace, the rack is it's made out of iron.
Can't really take that. Is there like a prod nearby to poke at the fireplace?
Yeah, there is a fireplace poker and the little.
Grab that and I start beating that against the wall.
Okay. Give me.
By the post. behind that bed wall.
Yeah. Okay. Go
Where
ahead.
I'm hearing the sounds from.
Go ahead and give me a strength with advantage because you're using an implement. Just a straight strength.
Yay! Oh, sorry, that was saving throw. My bad. I meant to do this one and an advantage. Yay! So 8.
Better than 1.
Okay, so
Strength is not my. I'm just beating it against the wall and screaming.
right. And you're screaming too. Okay, so after about 40 minutes of you doing this, you have a profuse sweat going on, just dripping down you, and you're starting to get kind of stinky actually, from all the hard work that you're doing. But you manage to poke through just a tiny bit. Your poker gets stuck in the wall, and you remove it out, and you can see light through the other side, and that as you do that, and as you scream while you do that, you see two shadows approaching the hole. Then eventually you hear, "Hey, who's in there?"
I'm making a glory horror. Who wants one? Let me out! God damn it, it's Artemis.
Where are you at? Glory hole. I'm
Just the poker through the hole I made.
Gonna ignore it.
Here.
Ah, how did you get in that room? That's the prince's room. I thought that was plastered off.
It was. There was another way in.
Uh,
The king did not know about.
Well, did any of your friends have any tools? Maybe
Not for busting out
like
walls.
an axe or something.
I don't know what my people carry.
Oh, your friends, not ours. Ugh.
Oh, you
Hold-
have weapons over there. Help me cut down the wall.
All right, and then
You have swords. You probably have axes.
yeah, the
All I got is this weird poking stick.
the female. You hear a female guard. I'll go alert the others. And then he says, "I'll stay here," and he starts hitting it with his sword. And he said, "Oh, over here, there's a door that's sealed away. Can you chisel it from your side?" And you can see that there's fresh brick placed in behind the bedpost. Like if you move the bed out, there's fresh brick there.
Oh, good. Let's see if I can't move a bed out of my way.
All right.
And use this metal poker to stab brick.
All right, so you move the bed out of the way, and eventually.
Oh, good. 11 to move the bed.
Scraping against the
That's
floor.
what you only need a
40
second.
minutes. He's tired.
You move the bed out of the way, and eventually, from the other side, you can see light, and there's enough space for you to crawl out of at this point. And
What do I
then
need to make this hole bigger?
Asgrim, you hear boom, 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 boom. Sir Asgrim,
Yes?
there's trouble with your friends. They need your help, perhaps.
Oh, nothing new there.
Since you're awake, I'm going to wake the other.
Where am I going?
Across the oh, God damn it! I pulled them. The Great Hall. Across the Great Hall, up the staircase on the right hand side there. There is the first door on your left is the training room, and one of your friends appears to be stuck in the previously barricaded princess and prince's rooms. I don't know about where your other friends are, but I do know that earlier, before all this took place, we led Mrs. Raikou to the door. She said it was barred from the inside, and she was able to slip the bar using her dagger. And after that, we went back to our stations, and we have not seen her since then. Shall I wake up Sir Raz Chapa, or will you do that?
Take a piece of meat and throw it in his face. You'll wake up.
Very, very well.
Also, to note, I am taking the book from that room.
Oh, you're taking the book.
Yes.
When did you go to after you cleared the passage?
After I clear the passage, I go back in to grab the book.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Constitution save as the book opens up. When upon your touch, it opens up to the same familiar page that you witnessed Fox willfully go through with Raikou, and the one that pulled the doctor in. And give me a con save. And as you touch the book, the wind's pulling at you. It's actually moving the bed slightly, and it pulls you in.
Can I scream as I'm being pulled in?
Yeah, you sure can scream.
So I scream out, "Have Asgrim touched the book!"
What?
All right.
Asgrim touched the book.
All right. So we're gonna really telephone the shit out of your message.
Okay.
No. So you get. Oh, what are you writing? Roll a 1d4 for me, Artemis.
Three.
All right.
Yay! Going in all the different places.
The Grim is the book. All right, Artemis. So, just to cut down on time, just like before, you fall through the page of the book and you see it close up above you. The space that you're in is kind of it's just a black emptiness of a space with the outer fringes of the space a purple, like a oscillating purple, and then you start falling through this warm space, and it starts getting colder and colder. And as you're falling through the space, you see clouds and stars, parting ways for you as you make your descent. And as you fall, you give me a perception check to look around you.
Well, my passive is 12, but I mean, if it's is it lit here or is it dark?
No, it's kind of dark out right now, but there are two moons in the sky.
So it's a low light.
Yes. And where you fell, it's lit because you see a campfire with what appears to be a dwarf, what you recognize as Fox, and Raikou, and a naked King Bernard next to the fire. And King Bernard's going around picking up his clothing to put it up closer to the fire to get it dry, without it getting burnt. And
Where do I? So I'm landing a distance away from them.
yeah, just a short distance actually.
I notice the sound or something like that.
Yeah, you might. After I gave him his description, I was going to have you guys roll a perception check.
Oh, okay.
So, but as you're falling, you see that you're fall.
I have.
Go
As
ahead.
I'm falling, can I have noticed them before I hit the ground?
Yeah. You did. That's why.
So the 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you noticed them, and they are to. They would be to your right as you fall.
Is it possible for me to have fallen in a bush or a tree?
No, you fell in the middle of a body of water that has a strong current going right to left, and you're currently in the middle of two shorelines, one in front of you, which would be towards that fire, or the one away from you.
Okay, so I land in the water.
Yes.
I'm gonna stay down low and use my cloak of elven pine to stealth. Just like staying very still, motionless, still in the water. Almost like submerge a bit to keep myself hidden.
And get dragged away from them.
Well, he says I'm on a bank kind of.
Yeah, you're in the middle of this channel of water that is leading to a waterfall, and it's flowing rather generously fast. It would be flowing against you. So if you stopped to do anything like submerge yourself or whatever, anything other than basically trying to swim to one side or the other, it would carry you over.
Underwater.
He said you landed in the water between the
Yeah.
two banks.
Yeah, I mean I was gonna swim from under the water to the bank.
Okay, well, which side though?
The side that's not with the campfire.
Okay.
I don't know who those. I see a campfire. I don't know who they are. I want to be away from that.
Well, yeah, like I already said, that you saw that one of them was Fox.
Oh, I recognize them as I'm falling. That's Fox and the Naked King.
Yeah, you recognized the king. You didn't recognize the dwarf, obviously, and you recognized
Yeah.
Raikou, because you fell that close to them. You're literally there's literally basically a little bit of a hill and a little bit of a tree line, and then to go through.
So in that case, instead I'm gonna swim up behind the king, come out of the water, and be like, "Well, you owe me a tattoo."
Maybe I here. I'll just uncover it. Maybe I didn't explain it well enough.
I understood it.
You said I landed.
understood it.
I'm in the water between two banks. One side of the bank.
Yeah,
one side has
yeah.
a campfire.
Yeah, you
So I'm gonna swim.
you fell right here,
Yeah. So I'm gonna swim
and
to
so
the shore and walk up to the king.
walk. Okay, well that's
And
what I was
I'm
trying.
just gonna be up
Yeah,
behind him.
that's
And
fine.
be like, "You owe me a tattoo."
That's fine. You said swim earlier, so I was just trying to show you that those two bodies of water aren't connected.
Yeah, I know. I'm swimming out to get to the bank where the campfire is.
Yeah. Okay.
Go up to the king. You owe me a tattoo.
Is it a children's tattoo?
Get a kind of angry look suddenly when you say something. I hope your friends don't do that often.
Artemis, before you is a dwarf with he has a bald head, and he's a little bit tall. Well, he's a lot tall for even the
6 feet.
tallest dwarf that you've seen. And
Blame a man-eating book that I fell in here.
Why?
At least I'm clothed, unlike this one. Points to the king.
Why are you here, Artemis?
The book ate me.
Did you touch it?
No, but as I approached it, it ate me.
So you didn't
Are
get any
we
help.
gonna have more than this little one? This is us too.
This is Artemis.
You say something about my height one more time, you're gonna lose a kneecap.
And I'll crush your skull.
If you can catch me.
Well, if you want to run, you just run. You can deal with the undeads on your own.
And then are nothing.
Artemis, please settle down.
Yeah, but true, undeads compared to demons that we faced.
Demons. Haven't punched that before.
Oh, they're freaky looking.
How freaky looking are we talking about?
A giant meatball with tentacles and a giant eyeball and a huge gaping mouth with sharp teeth.
That just sounds like a fucking abomination.
Yeah.
See those around here a couple of times sometimes? Like they're just a flesh of undead sewn together by the ghouls. I don't know why they do it, but they do it.
And
At this
something
point-
Gaijang huge that can easily crush a building.
Okay, maybe they're
can't-
not that big, but yeah, okay, that is actually impressive.
Raikou does say, demons are a problem, but also hordes of undead is also a problem. Right now,
Yeah.
we should not be comparing our experiences and trying to figure a way out.
Well, to let you know, luckily once we leave this book, on the other side I've already busted a hole through the wall into the guards training room. So we have a way out of the old kid's bedroom.
At least that's fortunate.
And that's the end of our deal. You owe me a tattoo, King.
As he's sitting there shivering, he.
Looks at him.
I don't think now's the time to worry about that. We need to know where we're at first.
I got my priorities straight here.
Is it living?
If somehow or another I got us out of the locked room, you get me a tattoo. So
You want a tattoo? Fine.
oh, you know specifically the tattoo I want too.
I gave one of the
The one that suggests that you're open for business.
Tattoo being able to pass through walls. Please and thank you.
Artemis, now is not the time for this.
I'm just making a reminding note.
What it's
This
time
man-
for right now is to shut up and eat right now. Trust me, the energy you're gonna get from this is gonna be well spent.
I had plenty to eat before I got eaten by a book. Thank you.
Well, good,
sir.
then there's more to us.
Yeah, you smell lovely deer meat as it's being charred to perfection on a fire.
Did you happen to see the doctor on the way down? I did not see him.
To my knowledge, it's dark when I was falling, and the only light source I saw were 2 moons and the campfire.
I
My eyes are
suppose
not
that you
too-
have. I suppose you haven't seen
A dainty
a
girl.
small petite woman, have you?
No, not yet, I guess. I give one of the meats to one of the characters. Name's Govan, just so you know.
Govan.
Yeah, you don't need to know more, you don't need to know more or less. Govan.
Okay, Govan.
Nice to meet you, Govan. My name is
Hopefully, the guards.
my full name is Foxadon, but people just call me Fox.
Let's keep it short, we never know who dies first.
You wanna hear something funny? He's a
No.
farmer.
I don't see the humor in that, but that is true.
Everyone mistakes you to be a guard.
My
mean,
character begins
many-
eating the reindeer meat.
I mean, many people do believe that, I suppose.
Well, either
Sort of a
way,
guard.
hopefully the guards did hear my message as I was screaming it out as I was being eaten by the book.
And what was that message?
Have Asgrim touch the book.
Kind of looks at you like you want them to come into the book as well.
Well, he has magic, so it may be very beneficial.
That won't work. You hear my character mumbling on me. There's been many wizards who's been trapped in here. I have not seen them get out of here. Unless you mean dead. Getting out
He's
of here.
not a wizard.
Then what is it?
Something stronger.
Well, either way, is there any communities or cities in this book?
Fine
As he takes a
communities.
bite. Say that again?
They're fine communities.
Group of people living and benefiting each other.
I think you said there are 5.
And like,
Or
there's
define.
small groups a little bit everywhere. I do remember some people for a while ago, after I think I was done in the ruins, made a camp because they tried to build. That's around north from here. They don't like me right now. Something about them not taking to half humans or something like that. I don't know why. Maybe because I punched their faces in one time or two.
I like you.
But that was probably 10. Yeah, that's 10 years ago, so I don't know if they're still alive. I'm
Probably forgotten about it right now. Or maybe not, because the DM chuckled.
There's also another group from the east, but they have more or less lost their sense of reality nowadays. They are probably the most oldest. Yeah, let's just avoid them. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it right now.
Very well.
I don't really keep track on some stuff like that. Keep mostly to myself.
I suppose then.
That actually, hold on. That wasn't it. You have one of the books.
I haven't told them that about that yet.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you forgot or were
You're
withholding
gonna
it.
spoil that, but okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't sure if you were withholding it or if
I
you
was
forgot.
holding
If
it.
you
I was
forgot.
holding it.
Okay.
I don't know about them yet. I can't trust them yet.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, as Artie jumps into the book, it says, "Have Asgrim touch the book." The guard. He. The book. He heard your message. He heard your message clearly, and he feels the wind subside through the chamber as the book slams shut, and he runs out and runs down the stairs and bumps and kind of collides with the other guard and says, "That Artemis guy said, have Asgrim touch the book."
Why
And
do I feel like I was talking to the newest member of the party? Or the newest guardsman, like, he seems so childish.
His name is Billy.
He's actually the one that's been there the longest, but
he was in the training room, but yeah, sure. However old you want to think he is.
Yeah,
That's,
just like how he sounds currently.
well, he's out of breath from beating up the wall on the other end. So Asgrim, you're there with the other guards there too, and you hear this commotion, and you see the other guard. You hear him say, that Artemis had said to have Asgrim touch the book, and he says, "I think I know where the book is. Come on." He's like, "Where's your other? Get your other friend up. He might need a help."
he will be here when he gets here. If you think he should be here sooner, you go get him.
You guys don't make DMing easy for you, do ya? Damn it. All right.
Have you ever made anything easy for you?
No. I prepare four maps, and you want the fifth one, and then I'll prepare the fifth one the next time, and you not necessary. You used the fourth one. Damn it. Okay, so he says, "Come on, follow me. I'll show you." So I think the book's in the prince's old room. He kind of tells you the Raikou. She was I don't know, investigating or something, and she came across the princess's room. Although we didn't know at the time that's what it was. It was barred from the inside, though. So you see, and
Do you get paid by the word?
you said that really? No, not that I know of, but I'm trying to give you the situation.
Raikou investigated a room, came across a book, and now my friends has what? Are they by the book? Are they gone?
No, they're gone.
Okay, so basically, Raikou was investigating something. They got pulled into a book. Otherwise, why would they want me to touch the book? Then, if not to get pulled in there. Okay, see. Short, precise, no unnecessary information.
I beg your pardon, sir, but how many times have you dealt with somebody being pulled into a book?
3.
Okay. Let's go. Crazy. All right, so he runs with you over through the Great Hall and up the staircase and to the hole that they made, where you can see the door was sealed away, and there's this small room with a bed in the middle, and there's a book on. Otherwise, clean, if not dusty, wooden desk. And the book is currently closed. Other than that, you don't see any sign of your friends or a struggle or anything like that.
My PC's bugging out on me. Give me a second.
Okay.
And now it just closed all my PDFs. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Doctor, have you decided how you're going to probably get out of your predicament? The bridge that you're on is about 55 feet above the water. The shoreline is about a half a mile swim away, and the ridge of the jagged hills is about half of that distance, the opposite side of the bridge. The water seems rather calm. You can see your breath in the air, so you know that it's rather cold on this moonlit night. Wherever you're at, you can see that the water on the upper portion, the northernmost portion of the bridge, is deeper than the water that is closest to the coastline on the opposite side. Doctor?
Still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I'm trying to think on how to.
No problem. I hope I didn't give you too much information.
No.
Shh.
jump off of the bridge, featherfall myself, and kind of try to swim glide across the sky over to the other side.
To the shore side or to
Yep.
the rocky hillside?
To the shore side.
Yeah, you could get a running jump, and by the time you fall, like you actually hit the water, you probably only have like maybe 500 feet or so to swim.
Like what I'm saying is featherfall myself and somewhat try to glide myself across the air as far as I possibly can.
Yeah.
From a mile to 500 feet sounds like a good distance.
All right. Then I will do that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you back up to the edge as far as you can, and you hoof it, picking up speed, and as you jump, poof, you get light as a feather and slowly coast diagonally down towards the coastline. You can see it getting closer and closer, more clarity, more in a view, and you see that the sandy beach for what looks like a larger body of water on the opposite side of the shore. But you land and you're about 500 feet or so from this beachfront. Do you have any, unless you have anything to aid your swim, give me an athletics. There's no current or anything like that, so it's not there's no disadvantage or anything like that.
Alright.
It's rather calm water, but cold still though. A lot of it has to do with the prevailing wind in this area. Beautiful. So after you touch the water and it kind of sends a shiver up your leg, you decide this water is far too cold to be in for very long, and you just start taking just ground left and right as you effortlessly glide through the water, and you're just propelled by the adrenaline of getting out of this super cold water before you freeze to death. And you make it to the.
Wouldn't you technically with featherfall have enough lightweight to actually maybe almost walk on water? Because there's more, just like a water box or.
No, the feather fall only affects falling. After you hit the water, there's nowhere else to fall. You're at the water, unless she was swimming and then encountered a waterfall that drastically changed the elevation. Then she would slow fall. She would feather fall down that to the next elevation.
Okay. So, okay.
Trying to pull some Jesus miracles over here.
I was just saying, hey, I don't know how featherfall works.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So you. Oh, what is that? What is that you just posted?
I wanted to leak Featherfall, but it was a meme instead. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh. So there you go.
Yeah. So you make it to the shoreline, and you see in front of you there is a short 3-foot small gap across a shallow, slow moving creek, and you can see beyond that there seems to be a man-made water fountain in the middle of nowhere, and there is 2 natural springs of water emanating out of the ground next to several clusters of seemingly naturally occurring rocks, and the groundwater is falling into the water fountain. Callie, go.
She is going to look up towards the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back.
Okay.
To see if anyone ended up following her or anything like that. If she could see anyone landing anywhere near her at all.
Give me a perception check. It's gonna have to be pretty high because of how far the distance is, but the timetables would have lined up. Okay, yeah. So you're able to see as you're looking past the distance up above. Actually, you're looking up above the mist, like kind of into the moonlight, and you notice, oh, that's peculiar. There's two moons, and just as you make note of that, you see what you think is Artemis coming barreling down and just splashes in the middle of a body of water off in the distance. And then you couldn't really see anything else after that because of the low-lying fog that's precipitating the area.
So it would be
Yes.
in this general direction.
Mm-hmm.
Then that would be the direction that she would start walking in.
Okay. Okay. All right. So then let's go back to Fox and the main group that is down here with Govan.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Close the puppers once out.
No problem.
Okay, back.
After we eat and get
Oh, you're very low. Can you? I've already have you on 200, so
Is this better?
Yes.
it's much better.
Yes.
Well, after we eat, well, we'll have to get going to try to find our friend. She landed somewhere around here, and if she's not nearby, then she's alone.
Well, that is not a good way to end. Well, I
And if
guess I
there-
can follow you guys in the meanwhile.
I wouldn't want to impose anything upon you. Or
Do
we
I
could
look
go
like I'm
good.
doing something important?
No, I just don't want to endanger you if there really is tracks of undead here.
And I've survived here for 50 years, and how long have you survived here?
I suppose that is correct. We could... If... Perhaps you can be a bit of our guide then.
That'll be fine, I guess. As long as you don't suddenly go into cannibalism, well, then I'm kind of fine with this.
I don't believe we will.
Well, it happened with the last group I was with.
That sounds very morbid.
This place kinda makes you a little bit bored. Like, for fuck's sake, I have a fucking orb stone thing going around my head, and I don't know why.
You tried removing it.
Oh, hey, come over here. Try and take it off. I dare you.
I think you need to get down on your knees so I can try. You're a bit tall.
I take the guy and lift him up.
All right.
Wrap
So,
a floating stone around his head.
Yeah.
yeah. So you go ahead and you roll a dex. Go ahead and roll a dex check. We'll see your sleight of hand. We'll see how well you can do
Oh,
it.
sleight of hand. Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
34.
Oh, so close. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you.
Excuse me.
Oh, just 10 off.
DC was 35.
Right? Jesus, what? I rolled a 19.
No. So
Net 20.
yeah, so you know the stone makes 2 more revolutions around his head. You time it up so that it passes by just as your fingers go down by his head to pluck it, and you're able to pluck it right from up around his head. But as it's in your hand, though, then it goes to float back, goes back to orbit around his head again.
I just give him. I give you a blank stare.
I mean, yeah, if you want to hold on to it in your hand, but
And I'm gonna walk away with it
okay.
and see how. Does it still try to go back to him?
Well, yeah, it's pulling against your wishes, but I mean, you're presumably stronger than, you know. It's not like it's freaking magnetically charged with a super huge magnet or something. It's just it compels to him.
I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Oh, that looks. Oh, that looks weird.
All right. So you see this.
You look like you have a boner in your.
You see the guy just take
It's
your
very
stone
awkward,
and move, and he wanders off with your stone and puts it in his pocket.
I take it out of my pocket, but I just keep a hold on it. Well, I grabbed it. I got it off
Yeah.
of your head.
You're not the first one who's done that.
Do you want it back?
So anytime you get let go, it will come back to my head. I don't know why. It just does that.
Then, for now, I guess I'm gonna hold on to it. That way, because if you're gonna be our guide, it'll always tell me where you're at.
I guess.
And the abductions looks at Raikou, Foxodon, and the King.
DM,
Yes, sir.
should I roll some sort of arcana as probably Raikou to know that this may or may not be an ion stone?
Yeah, you can.
Iron stone.
Hold on. My character may or may not know that. Oh, well, I guess not. 7.
No, you have no idea. You just think it's some kind of weird property of this place. It must be reacting to a metal or something is reacting.
Reacts to tall dwarves.
No, it's framed as having an existential crisis.
Awesomeness, are you really sure it's good for you to hold on to it?
Well, it always trying to pull back to him.
The last time you played this kind of game, we all got sucked in.
See, that's not my fault. Someone decided to open a book.
Yes, and you decided to hold on to something, even after being told not to.
Fine then, I won't hold it. Ties a rope around it. Now it's my pet.
Again with your games.
Hi,
We're going to get you
Navi.
This way I'm not holding it. But this way
So-
it still will now gesture where he's at. And we all
Again,
can see
you-
where it's pointing to.
Again, you and your games. I don't understand why you do. I think this is some sort of good idea, but
Well, if he's gonna guide us and
I-
we lose our guide, we're lost then. Are we not?
then we shouldn't lose him.
So where do you guys want to go first, instead of just having a conversation about this?
I suppose, did you fall anywhere else in this place? Or did you fall where we fell?
I don't remember that anymore.
I suppose then really to any part of the valley, I suppose. Or wherever
I
the
guess.
place is.
Since we're now a bigger group, I guess we need some supplies. And we might as well go over to the ruins where those people were and see if they're still alive.
I suppose.
Some of
Any
you guys
places-
Hmm?
Any place is better, but
Just keep your eyes open and your wits clear.
All right.
let me just really quick. He's going to take the end of his halberd and begin writing something in the dirt next to the campfire.
Okay.
Okay.
What's he? What's he writing?
Really, Asgrim went to ruins in what direction is the ruins?
North.
North. And he tries to do it a bit deep, so that way, it doesn't just it stays there for a bit, just in case. I suppose, King Bernard, could you perhaps get dressed and
Roll a perception
get
check.
going?
All of us?
Yeah, all of you that are around the campfire.
Fox.
How do I roll a 20? How do I roll?
All right. What you do
That's
is you
20.
do /R space the amount of dice you want to roll.
Forward
so in
slash-
this case, it would,
Ah.
yeah. So like this, just about the period, and then space, and then the number of dice you want. So in this case, it would be 1, and then the letter D, and then
see.
the amount of sides. Yeah, 20.
And the +2, is that my modifier?
That's my
That's the-
modifier, but whatever yours is on your character sheet.
Mine is 5. So I click 5+.
+5, yeah.
Yeah.
For perception.
Yeah.
That's what we have for perception. That's a pretty big bonus.
The guy has survived in an area filled with undeads. That's probably been ambushing him a couple times. Probably gives him a bit of a way to keep an eye on things.
Fair enough. I mean, and here's Raiku's.
No, his perception is one of the skills that he's proficient in.
Yeah, but I given an explanation why it's so high.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and he got a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Govan, you have no idea what's going on. Just behind you, something has burrowed out of the ground. Fox, is that Fox's or is that Raiku's?
Fox is 15, Raiku's 19.
Okay, so and Artemis, what was yours?
Not 20.
Oh, well, yeah. So Artemis also. You, Artie, you see 3 of these large, rather armored-looking beasts burrow up out of the ground as Govan is talking to you all. He doesn't seem to notice, and I'm gonna go ahead and give one an attack on Govan, and then we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative. Let me bring you over to the screen here.
Very well. Oh. I know what these are.
Do ya?
Probably something you
I
can
do,
eat.
but I don't know if Fox does.
It's probably something you can eat.
I mean, yes, but their shells are better to be made into armor, usually
Yeah,
by
but fish can
by
be
the.
eaten.
I don't know.
All right. So the one that is off to your left shoulder takes a bite at you after it burrows out of the ground. Since
Me?
since you didn't notice, yeah. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
All right. And so he clamps his jaws. He clamps his jaws shut, and you take 26 points of piercing damage
Let's.
as his jaws. He's trying to like rend your arm free.
How much
Basically,
damage did I take? 26?
26. Yeah.
As
I
if
give it a-
bit into you.
It gets a very, very pissed look suddenly. Like,
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Can I roll an intimidation after it bites me, or is it that only after my attack, after my turn?
That would be on your turn because this is a surprise attack on you. Since,
Okay.
Since you didn't notice,
He just came out of the ground
Yeah.
and bit you.
yeah.
Okay.
But everybody else is aware of the situation. So after that resolved, and everybody, you all saw him get bit, and these three behemoths come out of the ground. Roll. Go ahead and everybody roll for initiative. Fox is at
Right,
9.
Intuition. That's
Initiative.
uh.
It'd be typically your dex modifier.
Yeah, but my initiative is 1, so why did it not
Yep.
count that 1? I need to. Oh, sorry. Space. Forgot.
/R space 1d20.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did it, Mom.
Another way to do it is if you look on the left side of your screen, you see the little toolbar you have.
Yeah.
The second one from the bottom looks like a dice.
Oh, wow.
If
Okay,
you,
that's
if
much
you,
better.
if you left click it, then it brings up a menu where you can just add in what your modifier is and choose what dice you want to roll.
Or you could just go into the text bar now and then press up. Your up arrow. And it will bring.
And you gave King Bernard back his longsword, right?
I did.
Okay. Because that's all he has. He's literally fighting naked with a longsword right now.
That's not.
Don't forget to add Artemis to the turn order.
Mm-hmm.
So how many attacks do I have? Do I only have 1 attack?
Well, I know this is a little bit metagaming, but what class are you?
I am a barbarian.
Then you should have, at this point, 2 attacks.
Okay, I just don't know where that says. Hit die. Again, I'm new with this kind of system, so I don't know.
I know.
Also, it depends on if you're proficient with your weapons and so on.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe extra attack doesn't even matter if you are proficient. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action.
Okay.
So that's all that really matters. Sounds like you use your fists,
I do.
so you'd be doing your strength plus your proficiency.
Yeah. It says unarmed attack bonus is 10, so I guess when I roll a d20, it gets a plus 10, and then
Yes.
the damage is right here.
Yes.
But it
and
does
you'd roll
not
that.
say how many times I can do that, and if I take any what's it called again, penalties for doing the second attack.
You do not.
Okay, well then never mind. I have no more
You-
questions.
Liar.
Well, fuck you too.
I know you unknown.
All right.
Yeah,
So, so after Artemis, after you survey this whole battlefield scene, you see the your new potential ally just get his arm, this creature come out of the ground and just try to wrench at his arm and try to just tear it off his body. It's your turn.
No, Goran, behind you. No.
You didn't even say my name correctly. It's Govin. Not Goran.
That's
how
the
much
point.
I care. I just met you. That's how much I care.
Yeah, well,
At least I didn't say no, Derek. No, something.
Derek.
Something that's not even your name. At least I said a G name.
Oh no, Linda, watch out!
Linda.
okay. So who's gonna attack first?
Artemis has to. It's his turn. He used his free action to tell you to look out after he just got bit. He knows now.
Artemis is gonna walk up to this one and be like, that doggy, stab.
How big is this thing compared to my size?
Compared to your size, it would take 6 of you side by side to equal its to roughly equal its length.
Okay, so that's a good breakfast. Or maybe that's a good breakfast. What time of day is it right now?
16's a miss. It's nighttime. It's it's not yet midnight.
Yeah. But it's something you can eat when it's morning and you eat something good. That's good to know.
Alright.
All right, so so your 16 was a miss.
Yep. And sadly, I do not have a dagger to do 2-weapon fighting to stab again. So
All right.
Wait. Don't you?
I only have a rapier, short bow, and my fist.
You also got the bracers that have the +2 daggers in them. Chink!
I need to bring that up. That's true. That is...
Come on now, you got some new swag, baby.
Yep. Open that up. Let's see.
You could do like 2 dagger attacks instead of the rapier.
Well, I already. Well, luckily it would have been the same. But just +2 if I use the dagger.
Well, I guess that's on Soul if he'll allow you for that.
Sorry, I was reading the stat sheet. What did you want a ruling on?
If Artemis can, instead of using his rapier, use his new magical swag to essentially double attack with his 2 new daggers.
Well, I mean, you guys hadn't had a rest yet to. Well, I guess the short rest. I guess.
With no. Okay, never mind. It doesn't. Well, at least for my braces, it doesn't say anything about attunement.
Oh yeah, everything in the King's Vault requires attunement. I just don't want to keep writing attunement for all of them because it's just a lot of extra writing.
Well, is it still possible I can at least pull out one of the daggers from the bracer and stab with it?
Well, you had a short rest, so you're attuned to it.
Oh, okay. Well, then because I forgot that I had the bracers, can I just made 2 attack with the daggers of returning?
You want to walk back your miss and then make 2 attacks?
It's the same attack, but it just be a +2 because of the
Shouldn't
dagger.
have my danger sense have protected me from that attack actually?
Your what?
I have an ability called danger sense.
Yeah, but you weren't actually in combat yet. You failed your perception check to notice like the ground was rumbling or things that would give it away that something was about to happen. The danger sense is for when you're in combat. So you add a +2 to that 16 then?
Yeah.
That hits. And roll your second attack.
Alrighty. Let's see. For the second attack, I just don't add dex to the damage, won't I? For the second attack.
Right.
So it'll still be the normal full. If you still add dex to the attack, though, just to the damage, nothing, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So +2 to that.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you launch your spring-loaded daggers. both of them hit, and that's 33 total.
Hold on. Oh, because the dagger is only a 1d4.
Yeah, dagger's 1d4.
Oh. Yeah, I accidentally...
Plus the 2 because they're +2 daggers, so 1d4 plus 2.
1d4 +2 plus my dex.
Right.
So for the first one, it'd be 1d4 +7. No, sorry. +7.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 1d8 by accident, so let me just roll 4.
Okay.
So 3 + 7.
So 10.
8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Plus sneak attack.
So 35 total.
Yep.
Oh,
So 7 plus 35.
okay. So
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 35 in total.
35 in total. Okay. Yeah. So
Question: how do you gain advantage on it?
Just per my class, being a swashbuckler
Oh, yeah.
archetype,
Yeah.
I don't need. I can fight alone and gain sneak attack damage.
You can 1v1 things.
And then for my second attack, I would roll it out here: 1d4 plus 2, no dex, 4 damage.
okay. Yeah. So both your daggers penetrate into its hard chitinous armor, and you can see blood squirting from the wound that you inflicted. It was a pretty major wound on this thing, but it's otherwise still standing. Although you got its attention now. All right. So the bullet the one that just bit your arm is going to try to you know what? He's going to go for that same arm again. He's going to go for that same arm again. He critted your arm. So that's
Unfortunate.
yeah, because that's because of my crit roll. That's gonna be dangerous. Plus. Oh my god. Oh. That's the formula right there. Woo!
I'm back again.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he wrenched your arm for 83 points of damage as he's trying to crush your fingers into just chunks of meat off of the bone, and he is going to try to with your arm kind of starting to like get kind of gross looking from his fucking clampers. He is going to try to pull you in. Can you roll a contested strength check against that 13, please?
Okay. So I roll a d20 and my strength.
Yeah. D20 plus, 5. Whoa.
That makes no sense. What happened?
Instead of doing d20 plus 5, you went 5 d20s. It's okay. We can take just the first one.
10 plus 5.
So
Yeah,
14.
10 plus 5.
So 14. All right. So it starts pull. It
Oh,
starts.
wait. That's not 14. That's 15.
It's a 5.
Not 9 plus 5 is 14.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go with the original roll, which was a 10.
Oh.
So 15.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, 14 or 15 beats a 13. So either way, it didn't matter too much. But so he starts trying to pull at your arm that he's been mangling up, but you're able to dig your heels into the ground and pull back and stop him from being able to pull you down into the hole that he created to come up to the surface.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
Well, I got to subtract the damage.
There's a turn order. If you look on the left side, or wherever it is, there's a
Oh
turn
yeah,
order.
I can see. Oh shit, I am fucked if you guys doesn't save me.
You're in the middle, yeah.
Be fine.
There's still a
I'm down
couple
to
people ahead of
49
you.
health, so I don't feel like I'm fine.
You'll be fine.
This is literally a high and by character.
I'm not trying to, man. I promise.
Sure you're not. You have 6 people to contend. Like if you kill me early, you only have 5 to contend with.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with a group of 6. All right. So the next bullet's turn is the one to the right, the one that Artemis got his attention. So he is going to try to make a. he's just gonna go ahead and try to take a bite at you.
Okay.
25, does that hit?
Yes.
All right, and so he manages to clamp on, with his short but thick neck, reaches out and just clamps onto you like a freaking turtle, and you take 29 piercing damage.
Ow.
And Raikou is next.
Well, first off, Raiku's gonna bonus action disengage because I believe this is going to be able to attack her.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go ahead and go whoop, whoop, whoop. Behind King Bernard.
All right, so you go splash into the shallow ends of the water. Okay,
Yeah, like
that's fine.
Low end.
Yeah, it's not
And
it's not
going
deep.
to go ahead and
It's like 10 inches deep at that point. Nothing really.
is going to go. Which one? Is going to strike at the one that already is attacking, since it looks like he got a good hit. So she's like, take him out one by one.
All right, so you're going after the one that Artie's facing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He's
good.
gonna attack at that one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
2 arrows.
Mm-hmm. Anything special about these attacks?
Nothing in particular, other than now they have sneak attack. Does 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
How about 18?
18 does hit. That's a direct hit too. That's not a clip.
11.
For 11 points of damage, as an arrow just right where its joint bends, for its leg joint bends up into its muscular underside, and it has a deep wound there, and it's looking pretty hurt. By the way, are you here, Azram?
Yeah.
Okay, so you made it to, you ran up to the room with the book in it, and
No, I walked.
oh, okay, well that's fine because there was 2 rounds of combat that happened. So you walked up into the room, and you see that the book is laying there on a rather clean, if not dusty, desk. Sitting there directly in the middle, closed. And the guard says, I think they were coming in here for that book right there, sir."
I look around the room to see if there's anything else in the room of interest.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You're able to see underneath the desk there is a string of pearls that is secured to the underside of the desk.
Well, I go over and look at it without touching it.
It just looks like some fine jewelry. Clearly somebody tried to be clever and hide it, but they didn't do a terribly great job at it.
Well, yikes. Not in mine.
Okay. And Doctor, you were walking towards where you heard the splashdown at, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you cross the shallow, slow moving creek, and you're now about 10 feet away from that water fountain that you observed from back there, and it's still the spring water is flowing into it, and you see that there's some type of sign postage in front of the fountain. But you can't read it from as far away as you are.
I go and look at the sign.
The sign says, place 10 coins in the fountain for 1 night of peace.
Noted.
All right. Do you keep walking?
Yeah.
All right.
Like she has her wallet on her.
Fucking traveler's check. So you keep walking to the east, and eventually it starts getting a little bit darker, and the air starts. It's a little bit harder to breathe because the air is full of humidity in this area, and you start having a hard time seeing as there's a low-lying fog starting to hang over this area as you see that you have came to from your side the beginning of the swamp. Every few feet you're able to see a patch of grass that's anywhere from as small as 2 or 3 feet big to about 15 feet big. It goes across the length of this swamp. You're able to see colored lights floating in the distance on the periphery of your vision, and there's a slow rolling breeze going through this area that's causing the whatever's swinging from the tree. It's causing the rope to cause a creaking noise up against the wood. That's that way. If you're looking to go around the swamp, you can. If you walk to the north, and then you end up walking like into a denser, slowly sparsely populated with trees, and then increasingly it gets more dense with trees, and you're able to see the fading markings of pathways going in 3 different directions.
Is she still trying to head in the direction that she saw
Okay.
one of her friends falling?
Yeah, one of the pathways goes to the east that way, and it's it's definitely well worn and hasn't been taken care of in however a very long time. So you follow the ruddy pathway and you're heading that way. Asgrim, what are you doing with after you get the pearls, and then we'll go back to the combat.
I use Arcana and try and study the book without touching it.
All right, roll a Arcana check. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you without touching the book, you can tell that this book exudes a magical essence, unlike anything that you've seen in this castle or for a long time, really. You can tell that it is some sort of teleportation or portal effect, but you don't know where exactly it will bring you to. but you're able to tell that this book is very old, and it looks like it might have been a children's adventuring, like a fairy tale.
Can I read the title of the book?
Yeah, it just says, so you want to be a hero. And the author's name is Amelia Laureline.
Okay. I go to the library.
Okay. All right. So you're leaving the book and you're going to the library. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the battle then. Let's see. Raikou just took her turn, right? So it's go. Okay, Govin, it's your turn.
Well, I go into rage and use the ability that gives me damage reduction. What's it called again? Give me a second. There's so many things here.
Okay, so you're using
How
one.
many rage abilities can I use?
You-
Can I only use one per
you-
turn?
You get 5 rages per day, and you get as long as you're going to attack somebody else the following turn, your rage doesn't end.
Okay, so I can. Okay.
As you're raging, your rage abilities are active.
Oh, so all of my rage ability activates.
I believe some of them are, yeah.
Well,
Damage
most of them
reduction
are,
one
but-
is.
But no matter what, when you're raging, you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. You have a bonus to damage to your melee attacks, and you
Yeah.
are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Period.
Yeah, but
Like what? Depending on your subclass or your primal path, that will give you extra things.
yeah, that's when I'm raging. I have something called ancestral protection. That makes the thing I hit will now hit me less. How much will it hit me less? Ancestral protection. I also have an ability that gives you guys some deflected damage, apparently. If I, yeah, so I can give you those stats after I just.
Ah, I see it. Yeah. So, okay.
Oh. Okay, so the creature I hit gets a disadvantage to hit me back. That's what it does. Okay. Then I have something called Spirit Shield. So you guys, 30 feet around me, you will D4/6. The damage is like that will be reflected and not. You will not be hit as a. You have 4d6s when you get hit by an attack. You roll those numbers on that damage will be reflected back to the monster, and you guys will not take that. And then I have something.
Yeah, when he's raging, any of you who can see him that are within 30 feet, he can use his reaction to reduce the damage you take by 4d6.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
But he has to use a reaction for that.
Yeah, that's if he uses his reaction.
Okay. And then for ancestral protectors, because I'm guessing he's past the Astral Guardian.
Yeah,
Until
the
start of your next turn, that target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So actually, it makes it worse to hit anyone else and helps target just you.
Yeah. That's because I'm very low health right now. I don't want to die. Can I intimidate and then also attack, or can I only?
Either roll.
I mean, it would be either or because
Well,
you're
I'll begin hitting the creature. I have 2 hits, right? Because I'm berserker.
yeah.
You can hit it twice or use intimidation.
Well, I'll begin smashing its skull in with my fists. Yeah, so I'll roll 1. That's a fumble.
That just means you don't hit.
Yeah. You go to punch him, and it's wildly off. We'll say you want to go try to punch him with your stub arm, and you just completely, because of the loss of blood, you just completely missed him.
Okay, and I still have another hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's a 12. That doesn't hit.
That's a miss also. So
Yeah.
so you go to follow up your left hook with a right uppercut, and just completely, you just completely get stoned by this chiseled muscle of a jaw, and you just punch it, and you think something's gonna happen, and nothing.
But now it has disadvantage to attack me now, right?
It has disadvantage to attack anybody else than you.
Oh, I thought it says me. What?
Please, take a moment to reread your abilities.
Yeah,
Well, I'm using
I can help you on
Yeah, I'm using Google Translate to read my abilities.
yeah, and it's the first creature he hits, and since he missed with his attacks, he didn't hit it, so it doesn't it doesn't trigger your ancestral protector until you actually hit a creature.
Well, then I'll use a reckless attack. That will give me another hit, but it will also give the creature advantage to hit me. Little bit
I'm
risky.
pretty sure you don't want to do that.
Also, reckless attack gives you advantage on your attacks.
Yeah,
You're
precisely.
You're to declare that beforehand.
Yeah, you have
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, well, never mind then. Never mind. Okay, then I don't do that.
Okay,
It's okay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
So that's your turn then.
Yeah, it's my turn, sadly. That was a pitiful start.
All right, Foxodon Haval, it is your turn.
So he's going to go ahead and get up real close to this guy.
Okay.
And he's going to go ahead and full round butthole it.
All right.
Full round butter, because it looks like this guy's arm is about to fall off of its socket. So here we go. Minimal is 20.
Yeah, they all hit.
Six.
46 damage.
Yes, as he steps in and flurries this thing to try to get it off of him.
Yeah, so as it keeps going for his arm, you interject yourself in between and try to some distance with your halberd. You're able to go up, undercut his armor, and make a few hits to his undercarriage, his leg section, and he looks rather hurt, but he's still standing.
Looks pissed.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, he's no longer worried about that mutton chop hanging on Govin's shoulder.
Good.
46. Yeah, so I guess you accomplished what you were trying to accomplish. Is that everything for you then?
Yep. That was also my bonus action and everything, because I hit him with the bunt.
It's pretty good. You guys have been putting pretty good damage on these things so far.
My king,
All right.
stay back.
Yeah,
Let this.
King Bernard. I'm trying to decide what a naked king, only armed with a longsword, would freaking actually do in this situation.
Go back in the water.
And he's not a punk. He's he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna go over to aid Artemis, and he is going to his first longsword attack hits. It connects solidly. His second one, though, is a little bit off. It kind of just shings off the freaking back plating of this creature. However, he does do 14 damage, and the thing looks like it's on the verge of dying. And King Bernard looks kind of shocked because of how defenseless he is with no armor or anything on. And but he has kind of a look on his face that you could tell he's enjoying himself, and this may not be the first time that he's had a fight with a longsword naked. All right, finally, the bullet in the back. After reviewing this entire situation, he is going to make a deadly leap. Let's see, 5, 20. Yeah, he's going to make a deadly leap over onto Raikou. And
Can it not?
And she needs to make a DC 16 strength or dex, your choice.
Saving throw?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go with dex save because...
Why not?
Yeah.
Alright. It's DC 16.
16.
There you go. Alright. Takes half damage and isn't knocked prone. Oh, okay. So you're not knocked prone from that, but you are moved out of its space, and I will choose there. And you take half of this.
What about my protection thing? Will that not reflect some of the damage back to them since I'm in rage?
You can, if you decide to say reaction, I'd like to activate it. You only get one reaction per turn, so you
And
can
it's
choose
the
when to do it.
And it's the lady with the fat booty who's getting attacked right now.
Yes.
Well, I'm using react.
All right.
She's probably a rogue, so she's probably the one with the least health of the team, isn't she?
Nope.
She's not.
Oh, she.
That's probably the button gives her health. Well, whatever. I use react. So that means how many dice of damage will it reflect? Was it?
It will reduce the damage rather than reflect.
Yeah, but that damage will be reflected back to the beast. See, it says.
You take that in full, and then you take half of this.
Spirit shield.
You take half of that.
What the actual hell?
So
Wow.
42 total. And that is his turn.
So she takes 42 damage.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
So it's 4d6
Yeah,
of damage.
Yeah, it's 40, 12 plus 4 for the attack, and then because you pass the save, you only take half of that 40, or the 39 rounded up is 40, so 20.
Did it bite me or something?
It's part of it. It's part of the deadly leap attack.
That's unfortunate.
If it has 15 feet of movement, which it did. Artie, it's your turn.
So she took no damage, or what happened?
Okay, so now.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, your reaction.
40 seconds, and then it would be reduced by that much.
All right.
There we go. Your ancestral guardians has protected Raikou with for 10 of the 40 damage.
Nice.
20.
And apparently it does not reflect, as you guys were right. I thought it reflected the damage.
It was 20 damage since you.
20. Yeah. The total was 42 damage, and you reflected
No,
10, so it's 32.
Wait,
No. The damage was 39, and then because you passed the saving throw, it's half,
wait.
which was 20.
Uh-huh.
Then it
Plus the
gets reduced
22.
by-
Yeah, it also gets its 4d12 plus 4.
Ouch.
Yeah. It hurts.
now I know.
So
It's called the spirit shield. That damage, because I have the feat called Vengeful Ancestors, that makes spirit shield now work also so as reflected damage. That's how it works. So that damage will be reflected because I have Vengeful Ancestors. That's why it reflects.
okay, so it takes 10. It takes those 10 damage back to
For
itself.
itself. Yeah.
Okay. And as that.
Yeah.
So explain, Govan, how you want the spirits to look. Do they have an actual corporal form to them, or
They're an angry dwarf who kicks things back or something like that.
all right?
It's,
All right. So as you see that.
they're normal sized dwarves. They're not like this freak of nature.
So as you see Raikou take damage, you see all these ghosts and corporal forms of these ancestral dwarves coming out of the water and just stabbing and punching and kicking at this bullet before they disappear. And they've done some damage to it too, because it's recoiling in pain. Alrighty.
Nice.
Okay, next up, the rather hurt one after Fox just bombarded it with attacks.
How many react?
Go ahead.
How many react do I have? Only once per turn?
Yeah,
Yep, once per turn.
yeah, go ahead.
Gain it at the start of your turn.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Sorry, Artie. Go ahead.
It's alright. Well, Artemis is just gonna take his new shiny daggers with the bracer and just shoot them into this thing again.
Okay. Oh, you're
Stab
gonna shoot him into the one that's just landed to attack
Well,
Raikou.
Kind of pull them out and just stab them.
Oh.
They returned back to the bracer.
Mhm.
Artemis is just pulling them out of the bracer and stabbing.
Oh, okay. So you're attacking the one right in front of you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Alrighty. So
The 29 hit. The
15
29 hit.
and 29.
29 hit.
Alright. Roll.
Since King Bernard's next to you, do you still get sneak attack?
I always get sneak attack.
I thought.
It's only when it's two enemies against me.
Oh, I thought it was.
Do I not get sneak?
Thought it was only if there's not an ally within 5 feet.
No, an enemy ally. When there's two enemies, I don't get it. But if I have an ally, I get it.
Okay. All right. So the total is 35 damage.
Yes.
Okay, and so your first attack missed, but you come in with your second attack and right through its back, the base of its neck. There's a crunching and then a satisfying as the flesh gives way and allows your dagger to slip in ever further, and you pull it out and it drops down into a pile. It dead.
Alright, and as my move action, I will come up here and support Raikou.
Okay. All right. And now it is the one who attacked Fox, or the one that Fox attacked's turn, and he is going to make a bite at you. Oop. No.
7 does not hit.
Shut up. Wise guy, eh?
Yes.
17.
Does not hit.
No. Oh. Okay. So it goes to make a bite at you, but your halberd's blocking its freaking jaws, and it's not able to connect with you at all. It has to snap its jaws back. Raikou, it is your turn.
Disengage! Disengage! Disengage!
Okay.
Now getting close to the now dead bullet body, and is going to double tap this one on the run.
All right. So you disengage around the cape, and you're over by King Bernard, and you let loose 2 shots. Go ahead.
19, so that's going to be 30.
Yep, those are both hits.
22. Ult attack.
So as you strafe around it, you find 2 spots, and right in its neck, almost identical placing. Both your arrows find purchase and just take a nice meaty chunk out of its neck, and it just starts oozing blood. And is that the end of her turn?
That would be the end of her turn.
All right, Govin, you're up.
Which one looks like it's the weakest?
You.
The one the one that's that just got attacked by Raikou.
That's the number 1 or
Yeah.
the number?
Yeah, the
18?
one up near Artemis.
Okay. Never mind. The one that's in front.
Mm-hmm.
Can I I don't know how to explain. Like, try and open its mouth and use my special attack to like damage it instead of doing a cone attack. Would that be 2 actions?
That would be a contested strength check, and if you fail it, then depending on how bad you fail it, you might be engulfed.
Yeah. I know it's dumb, but I'm not saying my character's a clever one.
Well,
He's just the angry
go
one.
ahead and go make your strength check.
That's a D20 plus 5.
Yeah, D20 plus 5.
So that's 10.
All right.
Not a very good idea, but hey, I want to see what I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, you fight with it, and you're able to eventually get its jaws open. What do you want to do now?
And I use my breath weapon, and you guys into its mouth.
Okay, go ahead and describe that then cinematically, if you don't mind.
Imagine a cartoon when someone eats something spicy, but this is not a representation of spicy. It's actually flames somehow coming out of this dwarf's mouth into the other thing's mouth, and
Yeah, so you open its mouth and you just let your fire breath just go down its throat and roast it from the inside.
almost like Godzilla.
Yeah, you cook it from the inside. Go ahead and roll your breath weapon damage.
That is, where is that again? That is 76.
Yeah, 7d6.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick today. You heard me cough a little bit. This. 6. Hope it does it correctly. Yep. So 24 damage.
All right, and I'm gonna say that it gets its deck save with disadvantage because you're right there. Its
And
mouth.
open its mouth.
Yeah. So it gets the lower of these rolls. Let's see here.
That's gonna be an interesting explaining. Unless you guys just accept that dwarves now also breathe fire.
That's very, very odd.
If
There's not one.
critically failed, as you just go like you're going in to kiss this big ass mouth, just blow hot fire all inside it and just cook it. You just flash cooked it from the inside and it falls down. And it smells delicious.
Fresh food. So that's my turn.
Yeah, you just cook like
A nice breakfast.
nearly 2,000 pounds of, well, most of that's armor plating really, but we'll say about 1,000 pounds of meat.
Well, that's one way to cook a meal.
And that's your breath weapon for the day, too.
Yeah, I know, but it's almost night. Well, it is nighttime, so that means I'll have my breath weapon soon again.
Yeah, after you take a long rest. Yep. Okay, Foxodon, it is your turn.
Fox will go ahead and now aid Artie because yes, and we'll go ahead and use his flurry of halberd strikes.
Okay, go ahead.
I see you made quick work. The other one as minimum.
Yeah, those are all hits. Okay, and as you say that, you effortlessly, like as you're looking over, you effortlessly, with a flurry of blows, just topple this last one over, and he dies without you even looking at him. When you're swinging, you're like a little bit of pop.
Looks at Artie. Looks like you softened it for me.
Everything's we spot its eyeballs.
And as the last one falls, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All of us?
Yes.
That's
Okay, and Doctor, give me a perception check.
minus 12.
Still 10.
Yeah. So you're following the end of this path, and yeah, it's still a 10. So you just see a creature fall to the ground, and you see your party members and a new person who looks a lot more beat up and mangled. His arm is kind of just hanging there at this point, and you see King Bernard in full stage of undress, wielding a longsword.
Hey.
Is that someone you guys know?
Well, she
hasn't noticed.
yeah no the only one who noticed would be Raikou.
I scored 12. Is that not enough?
Oh, you scored a 12 also? Then yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to see her. And
Yeah.
Raikou sees her.
So that's someone you guys know.
Raikou looks over at Govin. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's Govin.
Looks over at Govin and says, "That is the one we were looking for."
She can help us with this. My arm kind of isn't so good right now, so I can't bear much meat right now. This thing kind of tastes good sometimes. I think I did pretty well this time.
Raikou kind of gingerly waves at you.
Well, what are you standing over there? We need some help with this meat.
Didn't you eat enough already? You had like a whole deer.
Well, yeah, and tomorrow there's well breakfast, obviously. Plus, the plating can be used to maybe make the town still alive. Make them on good terms instead of angry. You never know when you need food, because sometimes you will be not having food
After
all the time.
after they roleplay, we'll get to you, Asgrim, okay?
No, so you're safe.
I'm alright.
You had me very worried.
Sorry. I didn't really encounter much as I was going through that area.
Lucky you.
Perhaps that's very fortunate for you. Supposedly these things have undead roaming about.
Couple of them. They're mostly at the swamps, but you can sometimes meet a couple of groups here and there.
And Doctor, as you see the new party member is he looks like a dwarf. He's about 6 foot tall.
Is it a female dwarf?
No, he says that she sees you.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry, my ears. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Govin, this is the doctor. Doctor, this is Govin. He's been here for quite some time.
If it's a doctor, I kind of need some medical attention.
I'm a doctor of that sort as well.
Okay, gotta fix this because this has been a while since my arm has been that much damaged, but it's not every day I get bitten like that.
Go ahead and do a medicine check, Doctor.
Would you like to do medicine or would you like to do doctor's heal?
Doctor's Hill?
What's that one?
Using a small fraction of your regeneration energy, you may heal a creature. As an action, you may touch a healing creature and heal them for a number of HP equal to your level.
So how does the doctor look like?
Why don't you go ahead and describe this?
Yeah, go ahead.
A small, petite woman, brunette hair, slightly tanned skin, and would she be in her nightwear right now? Because it was nighttime.
That's all on you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't go partake in a bath like the other two, and I believe you were sitting up in your bed when they called you in to come out. So that's up to you and your proclivities of if the doctor would get dressed before she left her room with anything.
You did have the time, considering you and Raikou were standing there for quite a couple minutes.
Yeah, you had time
Yeah,
to put something
then
on.
she's in like her regular attire, which is tights, some sort of skirt, and a buttoned up shirt.
She looks like a scholar rather than an adventurer.
Well,
She looks like she should not be mixed up with these adventures at all.
You're not the worst I've ever seen who's gotten trapped in here, so maybe there's a chance for you to survive. He tries to say it in a comforting tone, but it's not going well the way he says it.
Well, I've gotten stuck in worse situations.
Alright, well, we can move a little bit more, then we need to make camp, I think. I'll probably be the smartest after we get this meat prepared.
Seems as though camp has already been made. With actual fire.
It's never a good idea to stay in the place more than too many times. Doesn't matter how short it is. It's don't know how I can explain it, but I think it's because of that security dragon that does something.
Those bodies will probably attract other things.
That's
If
why.
If we are to harvest from these creatures for its meat, if it is as edible as you say it is, then
Not
we
toxic.
should, and then be on our way. At least to get further away from the stench of it.
Precisely. And I already cooked this one, so we might as well take this one.
Very well.
All right. So what are you using, Govan, to extract the under tasty underbelly?
Well, I have one healthy arm, so I'm just trying to rip it out since it's been cooked. I don't know how
Ooh.
tender it is. So is that a strength check?
You don't have to. We'll say after some time. I mean, how vicious are you getting with this?
Well, I'm just taking as much as I can without hindering my movement.
Okay.
Quite vicious.
Yeah, so you're able to spend like 15 minutes as everybody's getting warmed by the fire / watching you go at the underside of this cooked bullet that you cooked from the inside. You're able to spend about 15 minutes and gather up about, we'll say about 150 pounds worth of meat.
All right, let's get out of here.
DM,
Yes.
when did I take damage?
When he copied you over from a map you had taken damage on.
Probably.
Yeah, I brought you over from the Coventry map.
There
So
we go.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, because I went missing for a bit, so I didn't know if, during that time.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
So do I get healed a little bit, or what is her heal check or something like that do to me? Actually?
Yeah, doctor. What does your heal do? How many times a day can you use that?
Once per short to long rest.
Okay, and that heals you for your level. So what? 15?
14.
Oh, 14.
So I get 14 health.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's better than nothing.
Yeah. And did you want to describe what that looks like exactly? Is it like Orihime's I Reject? That would actually be pretty sweet.
So, white, long spinning lights kind of come out of her almost mystical and spiritual, and it goes into you.
Well, that is a very useful skill, especially in here.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Feel free to keep role playing though.
Yeah.
Well, after I rest, I can regain it.
So, how quickly do you think it will take to get my arm back in order again? So we're technically talking when I'm just going completely brutal on the animal that's been cooked.
Uh,
Hmm.
let
I have
me.
a question. How does a dwarf breathe fire?
My character kind of stops and look at you. And you need that knowledge because
For my safety.
I have dragon blood, obviously, in me.
That's awesome.
I guess. In which perspective? He kind of gets a little bit more grumbly. In a sense, maybe a little bit angry at it too.
And that's awesome, man.
Kind of looks back and says nothing. Keeps ripping the meat out of the animal.
Uh, when you're done with that, I can look at your arm better.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
So, Doctor, what did you see on your way down?
Um, a dark forest area. Really dense. Um, are you talking on my way down from the sky, or are you talking on what I saw when I was walking to you?
I suppose either or. Um,
Uh,
we were about to head towards the ruins and hopefully maybe find some sort of heading there. Looking for you.
well,
But now that you are here, I suppose really the only way we can go is, well, to try to gather more information, I suppose.
The only thing I can tell you about this place is it's filled with undeads, and well, we all got trapped in here with a book.
well, there has to be a way out of here. If there's a way in here, it might not be where exactly we came out of, but there has to be a way that we can get out of here. There has to be a location somewhere in here.
Well, in the 50 years I've been here, the only thing I've been concluded is that, well, not much other than 5 years ago I found a book that said just something about hero stuff. Uh, but I don't really know what it does. Just been keeping it. Yeah. Nothing. I think it says the same as the book that traps me in here, but I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Do
Well,
you have it?
Yeah, I do have it.
May I take a look at it?
Feel free. I give you the book.
And now we wait for the DM.
Yeah, sadly. Real life responsibilities.
well,
Oh,
do you know if within, I suppose you said the swamps had the undead, are they made by some sort of evil being or are they natural?
50-50. It's
So,
a little bit of both.
I see.
As I would make a guess that the security dragon, as I've called it, the other guys just call it the Shadow Thing, or the Doombringer, or the Nightmare, or something like that. I think that thing probably brings some people back from dead if it sees the bodies.
Security dragon?
Well, it doesn't seem like it's acting natural. It's kind of like just flies around. I haven't actually seen it land yet, I think. So I think it's a security thing. That's why I call it a security dragon.
by the way, did anyone happen to grab the doll?
At this
Right, who
point,
has it?
Raikou starts to pull it out.
Raikou pulls out the doll from her pack, and it's a little bit moist from your guys' landing in the water, and she has a doll though in front of you.
Right here.
And I also giving the doctor the book I found.
Okay. And the book that you found is numbered the second one, and it's called Trial by Fire.
Okay.
This feels like deja vu.
Good kind of deja vu or bad kind of deja vu?
Well, I had the doll, I had the book, and now there's an extra person.
I don't think I get that.
It's how we
What?
all ended up here.
Yeah, the book, but what do you mean by an extra person?
You're the extra person.
Okay. Well, there's many more extra person around here since I'm not the only one who got trapped here.
Well, you are touching it, Doctor, and it's not pulling you in.
That's a good sign.
Or a bad one, if that's the exit.
Is the
Have
doll
you
doing
opened the-
anything?
No, currently the doll is not doing anything. It's not even glowing or anything.
Oxton speaks up. Perhaps we should read the book then. In my head, I believe that the only way to get through this is to recreate
What the?
the events in the book to get to the ending. Or once it ends, perhaps the book will spit everybody out. At least the ones that completed it.
Hopefully, and it's only the ones that do the quest, and not everybody in here, because I don't think the king wants a whole bunch of people and other things and a security dragon in his place.
I think it's more of the people that would step in. The book was about being a hero. So perhaps
We won't find heroes here, that's for sure.
and that just tells me that we have to be it.
Fox, could you do me a smidgen favor?
Of course.
Hold my shoulder and dig down tight with your feet, and if anything pops out and tries to grab me again, pull me away. I got pulled in last time, and I didn't want to get pulled in again in case this isn't the exit and we're going to go deeper down the rabbit hole.
a book within a book.
By your waist.
I
Too
think
tightly by the waist.
Looks
Also,
at Raikou. I think it'd be a good idea if we tie a rope around him and we hold it.
I'm not
Because
strong
she is-
enough for that, man.
Neither am I, but us two, and the king looks away from the king, who's probably still naked, and him looks at our new friend. I'll hold the rope. I think we'll be fine.
Very well.
Dear.
the king's putting on his cold but dry clothes.
Also, King, Doctor, do you know what this thing is? Walking over with the, still the stone tied to a string.
That keeps going to my head.
Come on, Doctor, you can do this. This is an Arcana check. You've got this. You should fucking know what an ion stone is, damn it. Plus 11, by the way. At 20. Holy fuck.
That's the Ion Stone of Protection. It's very rare, and there's only about 13 of them to be known in existence.
And it's floating about my character's head.
No, it's not.
Well,
It's tied to a string. I'm holding that string so it doesn't go to you right now.
So yeah, you go ahead and tell him that.
We only need to find 11 more then.
you know
Well,
that it blocks,
the king
it
has
protects them. It blocks
I
the
have them.
hits.
And what?
He has.
It blocks incoming hits.
Uh,
It increases the AC.
well, my AC is still only 13. So.
Wait, you're a barbarian, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but
You have
he
any armor?
he chose to wear armor instead of getting the plus from the strength and the dex.
Yep. Until now. That's what happened.
Very well.
So
As
tell
you
us
probably-
everybody what it is.
So
That
it is
sounds
the-
very expensive.
Yeah, and actually, at Govin, your AC would be 16.
Okay.
Odd.
I think,
That's
right?
very fortunate that you found it.
12, 13, no,
Yes.
15.
Do you still
15.
want it?
Yes, if we get out of here, I guess.
I don't think he understood my question.
Artemis, stop trying to get everything.
It,
Undoes the string around it so it goes straight back to his head.
no, we have the meat. We need to get out of here now.
Yes.
13, 14.
And Govin, you keep that safe with you, as it will protect you, I suppose.
I guess it did something for once.
Well, it didn't do
Yeah, but-
anything because you got bit, remember? I
Yeah.
had it. Maybe if I had let it go before you got bit, maybe you would have been safe.
The thing I don't understand is why they just didn't recognize it as the same thing flying around me.
Me personally, I did not know you had one around your head.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever described that while they were in the party, Ezrin.
When we met them, I said I had an ion stone too.
They might have not heard it, or not knew what that meant.
Oh, either way. We didn't know what it was until you know now, so.
Yep. So do you guys have any more role play to do before I go to Gilwin?
We move a little.
You can go to Julian, let him have some airtime.
Yeah.
Me?
Are you? I'm assuming you're packing up your tent and things. It's kind of just like it's a makeshift tent with sticks and stones. You got some rope securing, like
And homemade leather.
yeah, kind of like deer leather carcasses and stuff on the top of it, and leaves.
It worked when it rained.
Yeah. All right. So Asgrim, you get down to the library again, and the door is still open since you successfully bypassed it last time. What were you looking for specifically?
I'm gonna look up her.
You're looking up the author.
Mhm.
I mean, there's it's not like that kind of library. There's not like a.
I know. I'm just seeing if there's anything in here. If
I mean, you could go ahead and give me an investigation check. Yeah, actually, there's one other book in there with the number 3 on it, and it's called "The Wages of War," and it's by the same author, Amelia Laureline.
I do an arcana check on it.
You don't sense you don't sense anything magical about this book. However, according to how many pages there are in it, it feels like either some of them were ripped out or the story hasn't been yet written completely.
Okay. I take it, I go over to the desk, I put it down, and I start reading.
All right. So it's talking about it's a fictitious book. It's talking about two warring tribes of some type of native culture who were being played by a third tribe who stole stuff from each of them and blamed the other one to cause a war to happen. It doesn't seem like there's anything out of the ordinary or like anything hidden in the book or anything like that, though.
Can I see pages ripped out, or have just never been there?
No. You see that towards the back fourth of the book, all those pages are blank.
God damn it. Okay. I take this book, bring it back to the other one, I place it near it, making sure that they don't touch. Then I see if something happens. And I, of course, put it number 3 after 1. So it's 1 then 3.
Mm-hmm. And wait, hold on. Okay, I gotta give me a second here. All right, so Artemis, didn't you take the? Damn it! Now I'm confusing myself here.
What do you want me to know? I'll let you know if I took them there or not.
The original book, you left it there, right? When you
I tried to grab it, but you said it opened up and sucked me in.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't get the chance to grab it.
Okay. Yeah. I just want. Yeah.
Some weird shit has happened where I grabbed the book and it sucked me in and itself inside of its own.
No, that's actually happened, but no, that's not the case. I just want to make sure. Okay. So.
And then I immediately turned and screamed, and it got sucked in.
So you put the two books next to each other. Where are you doing this at? In the library still?
No, because I have not moved the other book. I have not touched it. It's in the kids' room. And actually, I'm gonna use Helping Hand to put it next to the other book.
Okay.
I'm not going fucking near it.
Okay, so you're putting the extra book next to the original one. Okay. And as you do that, you see that both the books slowly meld into one, and it becomes a slightly thicker book.
I go over and look at it and see if the title's changed.
Yeah, the title is called The Quest for Glory Anthology.
Same author?
Yes, same author.
I do another. I check if the magical essence of it has grown stronger or changed it anyway since it's combined.
No. It other than the merging of the two books into one book, which is itself a magical display. There's nothing else that you could really sense from this book without interacting with it physically. It is still closed. It is still closed, however.
Can I, in any way, stand outside the door and see the book?
No, because there would be the back of the door and then the bed in a corner in your way.
Is there anything I can attach myself to?
The bed, the fireplace, one of
The
the.
fireplace is built into the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I secure myself with my magical rope
Okay.
inside the fireplace, and then I use a helping hand to open the book.
Okay. And what does helping hand have any strength aspect to it?
I think the strength aspect is 6.
Uh,
It's literally just a being a force that can move objects for you. Like it can open a door, it can move a book, it can open a book, turn pages, move bottles, cut meat.
so you're
shit like
so you're using it specifically to try to open the book, or just to try to manipulate it?
Just poke it first, then manipulate it in all forms and manner, and
It's
if nothing happens in the end, I'm gonna open it.
you're able to
By-
you're able to poke the book, and it shifts its place slightly, and you're able to pick it up and turn it and things like that. And when you try to open it with the spell, it doesn't seem to budge at all.
I specifically start looking if there's any kind of protection magic on it.
How are you going to accomplish that?
By sitting down in the vicinity and looking at it without touching it, and trying to look at it with my arcane eye.
All right.
So literally just studying and using arcana.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give me another Arcana check. You deduce from what has transpired so far and what the guard has told you, and that you deduce that this book was put here. The author may not be their actual name, but you determine that this book is significant to Baba Yaga in some sort of way, and the hags and those occurrences might be linked to this book.
Okay, back to the library.
All right.
I need to find anything related to Baba Yaga and the king, and especially if the Baba Yaga has been known to do magical items that, or any form of transportation magic or teleportation.
Okay, and then go ahead and give me a perception check for if you see any books that might be related to Baba Yaga.
Wouldn't that be investigation?
Yeah, that'll work too. You can use them sometimes interchangeably. I use investigation more to look for like traps and false doors and things. But yeah, if you specifically,
I don't care. I can use perception, or just seeing that it's something specific I'm looking for that I'm trying to investigate.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would prefer perception since I got the higher bonus.
Okay, go ahead. You see that there's a book on the Feywild, and going through the book, discounting the things that you already know, you see that there are different types of hags. It talks about the sea hag and a beaver hag, and you see that Baba Yaga appears to be the original hag. And she travels using her mortal and pestle, and she's able to travel to different different worlds using that as her transportation. She lives in a hut that has chicken legs, and it can fly. And you determine that her daughter Tasha or Natasha or Igwiliv, however whatever edition you know her as, has been dead for some time, and it's Baba Yaga's sincere mission to revivify her daughter.
Okay. That didn't help me a lot. Yeah. I go down into town and try and see if the magic shop is there.
Okay. Yeah. So it's probably about it's not yet dawn. It's definitely after midnight though, and you go to leave the castle grounds and all is quiet. There's only like 3 guards on watch, and they open the door and let you out, and you start heading back to town. So we'll go back to the main group. What is Roz doing? Is he actually just there sleeping?
Wait, what?
Ross is in fact sleeping.
You're still sleeping through all this commotion?
I mean, no one's technically gonna get him.
Hold on.
No, but I mean there was a lot of commotion and things running around, and I suppose.
So, what's exactly happening outside? Did anybody make a back? What's going on?
Well, what's going on is there's now 4 party members in the NPC in the book. Asgrim is going back and forth between the library and the prince's room, and the 2 guards who ran down to get Asgrim were outside your door when they were talking to Asgrim and explaining the situation to him. I didn't know if he wanted to react to that or slowly wake up or anything like that.
Oh no, he's gonna stay asleep.
Okay. All right then. That's fine.
Ragnarok could begin and this guy wouldn't wake up.
He's like, I don't give a crap about all that. I'm sleeping off that excellent cheese that I stole.
He's sleeping because of the massive amount of work he had to do, and also he needs that long rest.
Yeah. Okay, so back to those of you who are in the book. You can Govan, you concluded packing up your belongings, and you put the meat that you cooked up and with your dragon's breath, you put that in your pack, and
I gave the reindeer skin to the king so he's not bare naked. It might be a little bit sticky, but at least it's clothing.
The king kind of gives you a little bit of a bow and thanks you, and he kind of uses it as like an overcoat.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell very good, but it's something in this cold temperature.
It's better than freezing your balls off.
That's true. That's true. All right. So which way would you all like to go?
We're going a little bit north, not much because I kind of got hurt and stuff like that, but at least we're not staying the same place for more than once, which I'm trying to avoid.
Sure. So you crossed the little inlet creek that seems to defy gravity and form the lake that you fell in over there. About 10 minutes pass, and you come to a cliff face. And go ahead and give me a perception check, all of you.
That's a 12.
Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be the 13 Fox and 22 right.
All right, so those are actually all pretty good rolls, except the for you, Govin. You all
I don't know what's going on.
you see down into the valley on the bottom side of this cliff. It kind of creates like sort of like a crater, and you can see that there's a lot of snow on the ground actually down there, and the pine trees and stuff are covered with snow. You can see the fence, a great big fence outlining what appears to be a lazy, dormant, sleeping town. And it's probably about 2 miles outside of the bottom of this cliff, which itself is about 750 feet up. And I will reveal that to you.
Is it bigger or smaller? If I remembered seeing this or what?
Yeah, this is what you called the ruins when you explained it to the group. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, you see this complex with this metal fencing, chain linked fencing around the entire complex. You can see that an area of it, however, is broken open, right up here.
Okay.
And because that portion of the fence is kicked in, it's been treaded on, and the weather and things like that beat it down. So there's a piece of the fence that's down over there. Other than that, though, everything around the area looks to be rather secure.
Oh.
How high is this fence?
The fencing around the town itself is about 30 feet tall. It's about 30 feet tall, and it has barbs on the top.
That is that something new been built, or is that the part of the old ruin?
No, that is what you feel. That's what is the ruin to you, because that's what you called it. So that's the ruins to you.
Whoa. Hello?
Yes.
My internet just shut down for a few seconds. I don't know what happened, but did you guys say anything?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I said that is what you consider the ruins to be.
yeah, but the fence, is that part of the ruins, or is that something that was built?
Well, it was obviously built. This is all man-made.
Yep. Meaning, I still... Never mind. Let's just get closer to it and use that as a shelter.
Okay, but yeah, so there's the 750 foot tall cliff that you're on that looks down into that valley.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to try to go down that way, or were you trying to find a way around, or what were you doing?
I'll try and find a way where it's not directly down to death.
Okay.
Like an easier path.
All right, what's everybody doing then?
Follow me.
Follow me.
Oh, Artie? Artie?
Easy dead.
Nick?
Hello?
All right, so you start going to the west, following the cliff face, and eventually, after about How long are you just going until the area flattens out, or what are you looking for?
So it's a little bit easier for me to climb down since I have a busted arm. So obviously I won't be able to climb directly down as good as I could.
Yeah, and as you're heading west, the gradient of the cliff is starting to get less and less in elevation, and eventually you come to a set of trees that has a small creek going across it that leads down into that valley.
Well, I use that to get close to the ruins then.
The water itself in this quote unquote creek is more of an oily substance runoff from the swamps.
So we're getting.
So it's like a thick black viscous fluid. So if you want to think of it as in like stepping fully in some mud, that slurping noise when you pick your feet up.
I don't want to touch the mud, obviously, if it's near the swamp.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and guys, keep an eye on possible hands coming out of that murk. Undeads have a tendency to hide and just try and drag people down to the mud and drown them.
All right, so you've been traveling the cliff, excuse me, the cliff face, and you feel like you've only been traveling for maybe a half hour or so, but it's the light is starting to approach. Dawn is starting to approach at this point.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to waste more time. I kind of want to.
And of course, you all see this happen too. You feel like it was just black as the night sky, and now the sun is starting to peak up over the horizon now.
This is gonna be a problem.
It's just a new day.
Well, days don't usually go this fast.
Either way, I suppose we'll just go try to get into blue. Regardless.
We'll get to the ruins. I need some sleep when we get to the ruins, so keep it.
And
so we try.
Govin, to you, since you've been here for so long, the days don't seem to be going that fast for you. It seems like it's a normal speed for you.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it just felt normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So they will notice that they kind of move fast.
Yeah, for them, they would perceive that potentially. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we try and cross. I try and cross that mud without touching it if I can.
Oh, go ahead and make an athletics check to jump over it. It's not that far, so we'll say like a 12 would do it.
Athletic. Oh, yeah, that's good for me. So that's 25 because I plus 10 in athletics.
Yeah. So yeah, you jumped across the other side.
Yeah.
None of your foot touched it whatsoever, and the group followed you. And
I try and grab people to help them avoid touching the muck.
well, yeah, you're leading right now, so it goes off of your roll. So everybody's fine. You all made it
Okay,
across.
okay.
You helped them across, and now you are coming to the sort of a break in the cliffside.
Yeah.
Down below the cliff, you see that the mucky creek ends in what looks to be a pure water source, and it looks like the muck isn't really even penetrating into the water to make it dirty or anything like that.
Well, I don't trust that. Obviously. Unless I have any knowledge of it not being unsafe.
And you keep going as the cliffside lowers down to 50 feet and then 25 feet eventually, and you're at a point where you can now walk through safely without having to make any climb checks. Or
Okay.
there's a cliff on the opposite side of where you were that heads up into some
How close
mountainous
are we to
areas.
the swamp?
The,
How
s-
close are we to this?
the swamps are about a mile and a half behind you.
Okay. Then I keep going forward to the ruins.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Everybody, make a perception check.
That's a 7 from me. I am not very perceptive for some reason.
All right. So none of the other ones see it or hear it at first. Doctor, you see that large flying dragon with the freaking the face and like rubbery surface of its skin that it just reminds you so much of a mind flayer. And you see that it's patrolling from the north and it's coming directly your guys' way. It's about a mile and a half up or away, but up to the north. But after about 30 seconds or so, it should be probably flying over the area you guys are standing at directly. You see that. They do not.
It's a dragon. Coming
Find a place to
towards
hide.
us.
All right. So,
Make a dash to the trees.
Yeah. Hide.
okay. So, yeah. So, in that time, you're able to go down the rest of the hill, until it gets to the flat area. And there's a multitude of trees there. So, go ahead and give yourself advantage to hide.
So a 2d20 and take the highest.
Yes, sir.
15 plus my stealth.
Yep.
So that's 16 from me.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then it's a 19 for Fox.
Yeah.
All right. And then what was Raiku's?
I'm rolling it now. 30.
30 for Raiku. Woo.
And then Lizzles, your stealth is
A 10. And Artie.
Rolling stealth.
Yeah.
Roll mine.
Mm-hmm.
No more roll. 25.
Nice. Okay, so that's pass, one fail, pass. Okay, so you all get to the trees before the doctor does. She trips over some.
Maybe
She trips over some
Right.
roots, and you guys pull her in time and see this large behemoth of a dragon with these long, like 20-foot dangling tentacles dangling down, and just kind of this gross, slimy mucus is just falling off of it, going down into the tree area, and you just see it plopping everywhere in the water and on the trees. And you're underneath the tree coverage, so it doesn't get on your skin or anything like that. But it slowly sentries over the trees, and then after about 20 seconds or so, satisfied with whatever it concluded, it flies off to the east.
Well, Doctor, I whisper, you're more useful than I thought. That's good. That was the doctor that saw that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then I give her a compliment for that, which I just said.
Thank you.
All right. So, are you continuing forward?
Yeah, to the ruins.
All right. So you continue forward. About two more miles or so, and at this point, the sun is approaching the middle of the sky, and there's a stone pathway, like gravel, going in between some trees, and it leads back into the quote unquote ruins. And it goes through. It's a path that splits the woods, and I was actually working, so I didn't have time to fully finish this. But and on the pathway, you well, who's leading? Are you still leading the way, Govin?
Yeah, I
All right.
know the way to get into the.
All right. Well, then give me a perception check. And actually, the people behind you, 15. Okay. Everybody else actually give me a perception check too, but for something different.
There's foxes.
Nice.
New perception?
Nice.
Artemis.
Nice. Wow. Lots of high rolling.
Sorry, I've been a little distracted. I went and got food, and now I'm helping David play a new game, so.
Oh, what kind of food?
A little distracted, sorry.
What kind of food?
I made myself some Hot Pockets.
Okay. All right. So, as you're all walking behind Govin, and he's approaching down the pathway. You're looking around, to kind of just get some landmarks, kind of get your bearings on what's going on here. To the west or to your left, as you're walking down the path that splits the forest, up over the forest, you're able to see the peak of a active volcano, and you're able to see that it has lava flows going down it, and the further down the lava goes, the cooler it gets, and eventually it solidifies into hard molten rock. And it looks like most of the lava, though, is flowing to the opposite side of this volcano that you cannot see over there. Govin, as you are walking down, as you're walking down the gravel laid path to this city, you see there's two young, I'd say probably teenagers, more so than young adults. You see two human teenagers, or at least from this distance, they look like they're human teenagers.
Do I recognize them?
No, you do not recognize them. However, as they're kind of like laughing and giggling, they look over at you, and they are coming up to approach you. One's a male and one's a female, and you could tell now that the female actually has some type of elven heritage because her ears are slightly shapen of elven, so she's probably a half elf. And they approach you. And the boy says, "Sir, you're not going in there, are you?"
Well, yeah, to get some shelter unless there's something changed in the ruins.
Well, most of those buildings are rotted out from how long they've been sitting. I'd be careful if I were you. You're more likely to breathe in some mold spores or something like that. There isn't much left in that town.
And where do you guys come from?
We
don't recognize you.
No, we just sometimes come over here to visit and explore around the ruins a bit.
That seems a little bit risky. Where's your family, I guess?
Family? We're all we've ever had. We've never had any family.
So you guys just got here? No one you know? Where the hell did you have your camps or something like
Camp? No, we came from the ruins.
So the people who live there don't live there anymore.
That would seem so, yes.
Well, that was kind of a waste of time then. Where do you guys come from? Like, are you new to the book or something like that?
The book?
Yeah, you got trapped or...
Were you born here? Fox interjects, asking, were you born here?
You're very low again, your microphone.
Were you born here?
Didn't help.
I heard him.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Now that you mention it, I don't think I've thought about that. Huh. That's strange. I don't recall any family. We're being born here.
That is usually not a good sign.
Tell me what you do remember.
I remember going down this very same path into the town, and there was a hole. There's a hole in the fence that some of us kids go in, and
So there's more of you guys.
yeah, we've seen plenty of kids around here.
You remember the kids?
Well, I never met them. I've just seen them.
Where do you sleep?
We usually sleep in one of these abandoned houses if we could find one that has an adequate roof.
What do you eat?
We haven't eaten for some time. Last time we had a squirrel.
Are you hungry?
I don't seem to be.
At this point, Raikou starts pulling out a ration and asks the teenagers, does this make you hungry?
What is it?
Food.
I don't think I need any food right now. I don't feel very hungry.
She puts it away and looks at the doctor and goes over to her and kind of whispers into her ear, I don't think that these children are real. I think they may be constructs made from the book. Either that or ghosts.
My character hear what they're whispering to each other?
You roll a perception.
Probably not.
Roll a perception. If you roll high enough, then I'll say you did. What?
+5. So.
Yeah, I'd say. Unless they want to contest it, then I'd say you did.
No, it's fine. If he hears it, he hears it.
Okay.
They might be constructs of the book or ghosts.
And
Possibly.
anyway, the female, she says, well, let's go down to the creek and see if we can catch ourselves some fish. And the little boy says, well, we'll be seeing ya. Make sure you don't fall through any of the floors now.
Have a good day.
And they go off through the tree line, and they're off the path, and you can't see them anymore.
I wanna quickly check where those people used to have their base. I wanna check that area out. That had never happened before. I haven't seen children. That's a first. Do I remember where the group of people used to live?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely residential housing that's up towards the front of the property. It looks like the back of the property is more of like a industrial / medical area. Here is the residential area right here. And there's actually supposed to be a bell tower right here. But like I said, I was working, so I forgot to include it.
So, Jesus, what is it in your microphone that makes it so low?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, now I can hear you.
But
Move away from your microphone.
I want to get to Asgrim, and then I have to go because I have to be at work in an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't give me today off, unfortunately. So, Asgrim, what is it that you are doing, sir? That's right. You left out in the town, right?
Yes, I went to go check if the magic shop was there.
Right. Okay. So you take about 10 minutes or so to walk down past the farm to the town square to see where the magic shop was next to where the carnival used to be, and you can't visibly see anything right now. You don't know if it's just because it's not there or it's the time of day or anything like that, though.
I try physically walking over to the location.
Yeah, so you physically walk over to the location, and it's just fresh grass, and there's no indentation of any building or a foundation or anything like that. It looks like it was
I
never
literally
there.
tried to walk into the building.
Yeah, I know. I got what you say. Yeah, so there was nothing. You go to where you think you would enter the building at, and you step in, and there's nothing there.
Damn it.
Just the plain field with the trees in the back lying. But it's about 3 a.m. or so your time right now. It's not yet dawn. What would you like to do?
Well, I tried going to the church.
Oh, okay. So you go to the up the excuse me. You go up the marble staircasing to the temple, and you find that the doors are closed. However, you can hear prayer going on with inside, and know that at least one person is awake.
Well, I walk inside.
All right, so you go, and the door is locked, but after a few moments of pounding on the door, a pastor of some sort comes out, and he's wearing plain loose fitting brown robes that secured with a hempen rope at the waist, and he says, "Yes, what can I do for you, my child?"
I need to speak to someone who has knowledge on Baba Yaga, and I need to speak to someone who has knowledge of transmutation magic.
And you thought to come here?
Well, the magic shop isn't here, so I was hoping that some of your worshippers might have knowledge on Baba Yaga, since he has been plaguing this area for, well, made sense. Since you are, after all, trying to protect the people.
I think most of the books, since we don't have a public library, I think most of the books, if they're not in the government district, would be in the keep itself.
So where in the government district would I find these books?
The main mansion down the it's a cul-de-sac with a lake in the middle. The main mansion up at the top of the circle before it heads back around. is the main government building. That's where you'll find the tax collector, the reeve, and some other government officials. Although they're it's due to the time, I doubt anybody would be there to receive you proper.
That's not an issue. I thank you for the information. I turn around and walk down to the governor.
Okay. And yeah, so I guess I'll have to go get ready now, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Have a good day.
All right. So what'd you think?
Will our next D&D session be?
It's not next Saturday, but the one after that.
So it's every 2 weeks?
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
Yes, that's correct.
Alright, awesome.
How was your first session? Was it all right?
Well, I'm glad I didn't die. It was fun.
All right, I'll make more detailed maps of inside the city that you guys are about to head into, and the government district, I suppose, for Gila.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go edit some videos though for YouTube before I get busy on that. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for playing. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Boy.
Boy.
See ya.
Goodbye.